Who does this wretch think he is? No! No one, mortal or otherwise, is going to take our church from us. I'll tear out his liver to feed the faithful. I'll slice his... Oh? What's this? Our minds were occupied. Your faith is an inspiration for all to behold. That you received our invitation with an open, albeit dead, heart. You came to receive Hazel's blessing, of course. A blessing from us is no small thing, boy. But do you know? No reward is so great as true faith. Yes. Yes. Perhaps you could earn our blessing.
Wait, who are you exactly? What are you doing here?
A shepherd, maybe. Or a sheep? I'll put this simply. I lead the weak, the weary, and the woe-begotten to a place of pride. To this place. A place where the downtrodden, the ruined, those that have been chewed up and spit out by this waste of a city can find salvation.
Who are all these people hanging around?
Sadly, the angels of this city have lost their wings. These people you see before you have been cast down by the drug runners, the pimps, the so-called rulers of this shattered kingdom. But worry not, for they have found comfort in my embrace, as any wayward soul that seeks my blessing might.
Seek your blessing, huh?
Child, you were born into this world retching with original sin, fallen. By your hands our brothers have suffered greatly, but Hazel has a plan for all that seek his absolution. Perhaps this fall was a blessing. Fallen now, you have a chance to rise again amongst our ranks, amongst our pack, to become a brother amongst brothers. Though I tell you, talk is cheap. It will take more than wasted words, no matter how eager, to pay your tithes to me.
Original sin? Can you tell me what you mean, clearly?
I'm talking about that pillar of flame you brought down on the train yard. The one that sent our dear bishop to oblivion? But perhaps I owe you my thanks. With the bishop gone, Hazel Holmes has an opportunity to ascend to his rightful place amongst our brothers.
I see. So, you're hoping for a promotion?
Child, coming from the clutches of the Camarilla, our thirst may seem depraved, chaotic even, but I assure you, our strength comes from structure. We're all equals, but some of us are more equal. Myself, for example, they call a ductus. I stand on the shoulders of my brethren, my pack, and upon my shoulders stand the feet of the bishop, who leads this parish. But you see, that weight has been lifted, and I am not eager to bear it again.
So, you wanna be the next bishop? If I help you, what's in it for me?
Power can be its own reward. When I am made bishop, I will not forget those that bore my weight proudly and strongly.
This sounds like the same greedy bullshit I was dealing with in the Camarilla.
Is it anarchy you crave, boy? Will it be you to stand alone against the hunters, the soldiers, and the lawmen with their rifles and flames? Our meals bite back. In our structure is strength. Strength to fill men's hearts with fear, to make cattle mild and meek.
Okay, I get it. What do you want from me?
Before any such ascension, I propose a trial, a test, to prove your loyalty to Hazel Tomes and my own. You see our humble chapel here? Not all appreciate its glory. Some would threaten us with legal action. Ha! What action could stand in the terrible light of our divinity?
What do you mean, legal action?
Look at this letter. This worm in a suit came by today. Says the city has plans to knock our sanctuary down. First, they came with smiles and handshakes, offering to buy it. Now they come with cutting threats. They would have us believe that the dollar is greater than faith. That what my flock here needs is a shopping center. They say they'd bring the authority of man to remove me and my congregation, by force if need be.
So, can't you just kill them?
Would that I could. But the last thing my parish needs is more attention from these crusading cattle. Pfft. What a miracle it would be if this problem disappeared of its own accord. Or rather, your accord.
All right, I'll take care of these people.
My faith has provided me the answer I sought. Find this fool and find his end. And before you're done, find why this cursed city seems intent on swelling the earth up itself to swallow our chapel. Return to me when the deed is done, and I will see to it that your presence in our order is a lasting stain.
Can you tell me where to find this guy?
Their ringleader keeps an office not far from our sanctuary. They threaten not only I, nay, such a grandiose secular altar of consumerism would threaten the whole of this community. A garden needs weeding to grow. I command you to tear this fool from the earth with righteous fury.
Yeah, I'll be back when it's done.
In case you didn't know it, you're tuned into the Dead.
Oh, sorry, didn't see you there. Did you, want to place an order or something?
Feel free to fantasize
Hey,
about me.
Slow Knight, let's chat. What's been going on around here lately?
The lines are all
Nothing
full, so
special.
why
Just
don't I
another
provide
beautiful
some
night in the barrio. Really looking forward to going home. I've got the VCR all set up to record. It's the finale of
And what have
Abrazos
you been
Prohibidos
up to
tonight.
caller? Wink, wink.
Ah, I see. So, there's been no talk of losing your job, or this place shutting down.
What's the
No, of
occasion?
course not. That's crazy. Business is great. Why would we
Touche.
close?
The church next door is going to get torn down.
Yes,
I
John.
heard the whole block was going with it.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's awful. So typical of people these
All
days.
night.
Nobody respects the Lord's house anymore. It's just like the war on Christmas, you know?
Yes. Those
Sure.
damn
So,
Virginians.
nobody mentioned anything to you about this place getting sold out for a mall.
No, the owner and me, we're good friends. She would have told me if I needed to look for a new job.
That's really interesting. Thanks anyways for chatting with me.
Oh, sure. It's so nice to make new friends. Let me know if you want anything. I'll get you the employee discount.
Thanks. I don't think you'll see me eating here though. Bye. The property in question is well below standard market value, mainly due to the property's condition and location. The proposed construction plans are, also, in violation of local zoning ordinance, unless the buyer is prepared to purchase and demolish neighboring properties. For the above reasons, as is, the property in question is outside of lender's insurable risk. The offer from said buyer, while generous, cannot be accepted at this time without further collateral.
Sorry, no clients right now. Trying to wrap some things up. Have to come back tomorrow.
Sorry, but our business can't wait. It's a matter of life and death.
The hell is that supposed to mean? You threatening me? This is East LA, you moron. You think I'm not prepared to deal with some small-time punks like you?
Put that gun away. I'm not here to threaten you, but your life is in danger. I'm here to help, but you have to listen.
Okay. Talk fast then. Before I change my mind.
Why are you trying to destroy the church down the street? Time and time again you've tried. It can't be worth it.
Are you kidding me? It may not be prime real estate now, but I see something everyone else has missed. I've seen this before in East Hollywood. I've seen it in Brooklyn. This neighborhood is about to get the yuppie treatment. This shitty barrio is about to blow up. I'm gonna make a killing when I finally clear-cut that whole block.
Well, your plan seems fucked. The neighbors don't seem to be too worried about being evicted. Sure you didn't miss some acquisitions in your little scheme?
That can't be right. I've looked it all over, up and down. You think I'm some kind of idiot? I don't know who sent you, or what you're trying to get from manipulating me, but I think you should just leave before someone gets hurt.
Wait. You really have no idea, do you? Just look at your notes again. You fucked up.
Oh, really? I'm not some clueless amateur when it comes to real estate. Take a look at this appraisal and tell me, wait, you're right. None of this makes any sense. I've made a terrible mistake. I'll be bankrupted, ruined. Someone must have tampered with my paperwork, altered some records. It's the only way.
Something is definitely fishy here, but it was your mistake just the same. This could really hurt your reputation. You need to put some distance between yourself and this project, like maybe a few states between you and here.
You're right. I think I need to get out of this town and never come back.
That's what I wanted to hear. Now, why don't you be on your way?
Right, buddy, go your own way.
I see you've come to haunt my haven. Tell me, child, have you resolved our quest? Has the so-called developer been sent to meet his fictitious maker?
Yes, he's taken care of.
Hallelujah! Truth prevails over false idols yet again, and the Church of Hazel Tomes stands another night in all its glory, a beacon to the undesirables and deplorables of the world. Well done, fledgling. And did you inquire into the persistence of the matter? What drives a man so tenaciously towards his own doom?
Nothing about it makes any sense. The developer thought the land was valuable. It's not. I mean, monetarily speaking. Either he was deceived or something very odd is happening here.
Truly, the world deals in mysteries that not even Hazel Tomes and his disciples are meant to unravel. But those with an eye for the world beyond this one have ways to search for the verity of it all. I believe you've given me something to sink my curious fangs into.
Great, glad to hear it.
You've proven yourself a loyal disciple. Please, allow my adorations to ordain you into our unholy congregation. Be no stranger to the Church of Hazel Tomes, for you are a welcome guest in this sanctuary, and this pack may have use of your talents another night.
Thanks, Hazel. Maybe you can answer few questions for me.
What questions haunt you?
I wanted to ask you about someone.
Who?
Tell me about yourself.
I am the cross on which lies the unbelievers, the liars, and the wretched crucified. Hazel Tomes is a pillar of this community. I hold up this congregation, as I hold up the truth for any possessing the wisdom to bathe in my unholy glory.
What's your pack, I mean church, really about?
This congregation is about revelation. This is about those that have the will, the strength, to not only seek revelation, but impose it on the blind. Those that reject the gospel are pretenders, unwilling or unable to free themselves from the vestiges of their frail humanity. Penance is painful, violent, beautiful, just the same as the liberation of those that have shared my revelation.
You must be a Malkavian.
Mock us if you must. So often clarity of vision is confused for foolishness, lunacy, absurdity. Jests and whispered insults won't protect you from the cutting edge of judgment. Or didn't you know? All your secrets are beholden before our shattered minds.
I don't mean to mock you. I just want to know more about you.
You want to know, Hazel Tome? You want a story? I'll tell you a story, boy. In fire and blood, I saw the lie that kept me in bondage. I spent a lifetime trying to reconcile Jesus Christ crucified with the sin that was in me. But in that moment, in that rebirth, I saw that sin was in me before I ever committed any. I saw there was never any change coming, except the change being forced on me by the monster that recognized that lie and just had to lay it bare before my prideful eyes to see. You understand? This is all there is. Hazel Tomes is all there ever was, and all there ever will be.
Okay, let's change the subject.
What questions haunt you? Who?
What do you think about the Archbishop?
The puppet master must run the marionette. But I dance for no one. Not him, no. Not even the regent himself can pull my righteous strings. Mark my words, young one. Someday, this whole city will answer to my holy call. The Samisi pretender can be the big man for now, but soon enough, he'll disappear.
Planning a coup?
Not precisely, no. Cainites of that age have a tendency to fade away. Fiends, in particular, have little desire to concern themselves with the mortal affairs. But as you can see, this is no city of angels, but of cattle. Cattle which must be led.
Interesting perspective. Tell me about someone else.
Who?
Victoria.
Queen Snake, bitch! Her greedy hands clamor for what's not hers to take. She's been a thorn in my side for too long, but her nights are numbered. Though she may be a mistress of vice, it's her hubris that will be her downfall.
What's the history here?
History? There's no history. Some people like her think they owe everything they've got to themselves. She thinks she's due title, prestige, just because she's been here longer. She thinks the efforts of this church, the Church of Hazel Tomes, hasn't isolated her haven from outsiders and detractors alike. Ungrateful, unseeing bitch. She would desecrate this place with her wicked sin. But I will shed the light of truth upon her wickedness, upon the wickedness of this city for all to see, to revel in.
Wicked sin?
Be wary of her kind, child. Their weapons are deception, temptation, and betrayal. Betrayal. Yes. She is among the ranks of the Sabbat. But her kind are a splinter from the true followers of Set, corrupt worshippers of the Dark Fathers. They've turned their backs to their roots, and make no mistake, she will turn her back on any foolish enough to follow her.
You said you'd be rid of her soon enough?
If she thinks she'll steal my rightful place as the bishop of this barrio, she's sorely mistaken. It's no secret to anyone she's had her eye on the title since our predecessor was so completely smitten in fire, and her gaze has fallen to the only thing standing between her and her vile intent: this church. I will righteously strike down anyone that would challenge the word of Hazel Tomes.
I feel you. Let's talk about somebody else though.
Who?
What's this Mac guy all about?
Foppish, wasteful, and profane. He's nothing but a sad ballroom dandy. If he's wise, he'll know that the light of my truth will shine on whatever filthy, clandestine desires he holds, no matter how dark the shadow to which it's cast.
What's his story though?
The man says he's of the Sabbat. He says he's packless, nomadic. To speak plainly to you, I don't care for the way he dresses, the way he carries himself. I just don't like his face. But my loyal followers sometimes find his services useful. So I dare not show him what I think. Not yet.
And what exactly do you think of his services?
I don't need what he's selling. I have no use for the market he trades in. I found absolution of sin darker than the simple, meager vices he can offer.
Well, tell me about different person then.
Who?
You remind me of someone I met. Ever know a guy goes by the name Vic? Bishop Vic?
What? Where did you hear that name? Tell me straightforth and honest, and maybe, I won't cut the tongue straight from your head.
I ran into him, and the resemblance is striking. Now he's a pile of ashes in an abandoned tenement downtown.
Just as well. That which can be broken must be broken. The Sabbat are indebted to those that would slay our wayward sons.
I am glad we're on same page about it. Let's talk about someone else.
Who? What questions haunt you?
I want to know more about the Sabbat.
And what is it of the great saber of Cain you wish to know?
Just in general, what's it all about?
Ah, the Sabbat. If you wish to know the Sabbat, child, you seek to unknow your humanity. Our sect is the surest tool to free you from the bondage of your mortal morality and embrace the true nature of the beast, that which is the true source of our strength, that which so many wish to carelessly, hopelessly hide beneath layers of pretense and principle.
How does the Sabbat typically induct people into such a unique lifestyle?
Know this, child. The Sabbat picks only the ripest fruit. Those that, whether they know it or not, desire to be plucked from the mortal coil. But even then, the weak must be culled from the herd. Every Sabbat, every true Sabbat, has undergone a crucible, a rite of passage, to ensure that they have earned their place among our honored ranks.
What kind of test?
Just as you and I and every Cainite among us is different, so shall be thy trial. Something suitable, something to strip away whatever scrap of humanity still lives within that heart. Whether it means snuffing out every breathing connection you have to the world of the kine, or simply mutilating a single face beyond recognition. The weight of the burden shall only be lifted by the foreclosure of one's soul.
What about me? I never did anything like that.
You are an exception, child. Let us hope that you are exceptional.
How do you expect me to survive in a society of bloodthirsty monsters? How does anyone live like that?
Have you not known the world around you? This city is full of hungry dogs, and the meek are nothing but food for the strong. When your heart still beat, was it any different? Perhaps kine do a better job, hiding their motives behind words and gestures. But in this life, we have the courage to show all the world the teeth we bear.
So, what's stopping me from knocking you off your high horse?
Ha! Now I can see the spirit of Hazel Tomes flowing through you. But I remind you, child, it took God himself to topple Babel. Wolf you may be, But in this unholy house, humility is still a virtue.
Just know, I intend to be a dog that gets fed in this life. Let's talk about something else.
What questions haunt you?
Nothing, never mind.
Yo, didn't expect to see you creeping around these parts, trader. Figured the Sabbat would have chewed you up and spat you out by now.
What's that supposed to mean?
You made a lot of waves since you got here, dude. First in the courtroom, then when you betrayed everyone to run off and join the Sabbat. You don't have many friends left these nights.
Are you a friend?
Name's Jesse. Street artist, adrenaline junkie by trade. Whatever it is you're up to, just count me out. And if you're smart, you'll mind your own business and stay out of my way.
How do you know about the courtroom? Are you Camarilla?
I'm loyal to no one but myself and my pets. Well, LaCroix would tell you a different story, but I don't put too much stock in the words of a Ventrue prince.
So, what are you doing here then?
Like I said, Prince has got me under his thumb for a bit, so I'm just keeping an eye on the Sabbat, following their nightly plots, hoping to get this monkey off my back sooner than later.
Why haven't the local packs eaten you alive by now?
They know I'm here. They just don't care. I'm not worth the trouble. I mean, look at me. Do I look like a guy with a plan? Hell, they're probably half hoping to score a defector.
You don't care what they do.
Kid, there's not much in this world I do care about. My dogs, my art, anything else is just survival.
Just keep away from me, Cammy.
Hold up. Why are you doing this? You really think that the Sabbat is gonna be any better than the Camarilla?
Yeah, I've been used again and again by the Camarilla. The Sabbat's got the right idea.
I've had my eyes on these Sabbat fucks long enough to see what they're about. Do whatever you want, but don't trust them. The hypocrisy runs deep in these ones.
Why should I believe anything you say?
However you play this, you're gonna have a lot of questions. Maybe I'll have some answers for you.
Why would you want to help me?
Guess I just have a soft spot for strays. Peace.
Get out of my way, man.
You've done well. The Mac says you are a man of your word. And more importantly, Ariana's home. For that you have my thanks.
It was nothing really.
Perhaps the Camarilla elite can dismiss a boon so easily. But among the Sabbat, loyalty is what makes the world turn, and you've done me no small favor. Keep earning my trust, and soon you'll have a place here. But I'm sure there's many things you'd like to know. You have my ear. Don't waste it.
Can you tell me now? What's so special about Ariana?
No. You'll earn that information in time. All you need to know is that unless you lust for the final death, she is off limits.
I see. Care to fill me in on any of the other local customs?
You're well outside the domain of the Camarilla now, and their rules. There's no sheriff. The only justice we have is of the street. You're free. Do as you please. Just don't be stupid and don't fuck with your pack mates. No one's going to execute you unless you break these two guidelines.
Packmates, tell me more about that.
Think of the Sabbat como un puño. Many fingers. Each one moves on its own, but true strength comes when they strike together. Each pack of the Sabbat has a few old soldiers. The ones you see around here, these are mine. Los Discípulos de Xicoat.
Am I part of the pack now?
In normal nights, to join our ranks, you'd first have your soul ripped from your body. But Andres made you a special exception. Returning Ariana was a smart move, but trust is earned. You'll join Los Discípulos when you've proven yourself loyal and strong.
Can you tell me what you're all about then?
I head this chapter of the Latin kings and their drug trade, but that's all a facade. My true title is Ductus of the pack I lead. Our enemies have learned to fear me, but my soldiers know well enough to respect me. To respect a firm hand and a sharp knife. That's the power every good leader bears.
What's a ductus?
The ductus is the one the pack looks to for answers. It's a seat of power I've kept warm for many years. But the bishop is the one who controls the domain, the one that all the ducti must support. It's time Los Discípulos are at the front of East LA. With the bishop dead, that is now possible.
But someone else wants the job as well?
Claro que sí. Hazel, Padre Loco, he moved his pack in on this turf. That hideous Malkavian madness runs deep if he finds himself worthy of the title of bishop. And deeper still if he thinks sucking up to me, André, and any of the other Sabbat will get him anywhere.
What's so special about this place?
El Barrio, East LA. It's modest, perhaps, but it's earnest. This is where the downtrodden and forgotten are cast off. In the air, you taste that desperation? That desperation is our lifeblood. These depas we nest in. A perfect example. The mortal government's consolation, with the best of intention, to the many wretched relegated here. But we've corrupted it completely. Through drugs, through apathy. The cattle here we keep on a short rope.
I'm starting to see why you frighten people. Let's change the subject. What is the word on the streets these nights?
Your timing here, it's extraño. The winds of change have come. Perhaps it's no coincidence they've blown you to my door, when it's you I have to thank.
Winds of change?
In the warehouse, the bomb you placed. It killed many soldiers that night, my superior and the Sabbat included. You opened a door that had been shut for decades. Unfortunately, I'm not the only one fighting for a slice of power. The ductus is the one the pack...
This is all very interesting, but what about the sarcophagus?
I know better than most the urgency to wiping out that abomination inside. But there's nothing on the street about it. You're the one holding all the clues, I'm afraid. But perhaps we can see each other's paths to their ends.
I like the sound of that. What do you have in mind?
The blood flows from apathy, but the drugs are the current to pull it along. Someone, brave or foolish enough, has damned themselves, stealing from me. The delivery from the south has disappeared, and our pack will suffer until this drought is cleared. Find the thief and slaughter them.
What can you tell me about the courier?
I don't concern myself with the details. Go talk to one of the juice bags, Arturo. He'll tell you what you need to know. You can find him in El Número 4.
Who is Arturo?
Él es un enforcer de kings. He's loyal. He follows the tide of our drugs carefully. He can be trusted. He will help you.
Got it. I'll be back when it's done.
Espere. The Sabbat. In the day, we share a common haven, a nest. Apartamento 5 is yours to rest in and keep your things. This is my boon to you for Ariana's safe return, even if you still have my trust to earn.
Thanks, Victoria. I'll see you around.
You don't look like you belong here, Holmes. New customer. Little confused about how this works. Or maybe you're here to start some shit. Either way, you pissed off the wrong chingon.
You Arturo?
Depends who's asking, you say. What the fuck are you doing here?
Victoria sent me. Said we had some business.
A su madre. You kidding? Pinche vieja. What the fuck is she sending some gringo to me for? The kings are better than this. You ever held a gun, puto?
Yeah, and I've pulled the trigger too. You gonna talk shit all night, or can we get down to business?
Hey, wait. Victoria called ahead. Said she was sending some new blood my way. You know what you're getting involved with here? Or are you as estúpido as you look?
Something about someone losing a package. Sounds like it needs to be found, or at least whoever lost it.
Uh-huh. Let me fill you in. The re-up for the week went missing. The drugs got to the courier. After that, poof. Somebody's lying. And I need the head of whoever it is. Right now we're cutting into reserves. And that's about to dry up real quick. I can't have that. So are you some marica, or do you get shit done?
Point me in the right direction.
If Victoria trusts you, I guess I can tell the chola down at the lavanderia, Alejandra. She's the front. She says the package never came. Something stinks, though. Talk to her. I think she knows what's up.
Why haven't you talked to her?
I tried. Bitch kept a stone-cold face and a straight story. But then I could never read her right. I don't want to fuck with her. Nobody wants to fuck with her. She's been tight with all the kings, so better to have an outsider do her, I guess.
What makes you think she's responsible?
'Cause our fucking boy that brings the shit from the south is solid. The bullets gotta stop somewhere. And it sure as fuck isn't gonna be me.
We'll see about that. I've got this.
Chido. Let's see if we actually got any cojones. If Victoria's wrong about you, I swear, I say, it's gonna be the last straw with that bitch.
See you around, Arturo.
Hola. ¿Qué haces en mi apartamento?
Sorry. What? Can we speak English?
Sorry. Can I help you?
Ariana, isn't it? I guess no one told you about me.
No. Who the hell are you then?
I'm a friend. Remember where you were living before this? I was the one that helped get you away from that place.
Wait, what? How do you know about all that? Yeah, I'm Ariana. Why do I get the feeling we've crossed paths somehow?
Forget about it. You seem like a nice girl. A little strange, but nice. What were you doing working in a shithole like that?
I don't really know. It's a strange thing. I was in that place for so long, but I guess I just sort of blocked a lot of it out. I can't really talk about that yet, okay?
I'm guessing this wasn't just a stunt to fit in with the other girls at school.
Man, who knows what I was thinking? Kicking ass at school, rocking the scene was my life as a kid. Next day, I'm a streetwalker with too much to prove. Way to adult, Ariana. At least the money was good.
That's not the growing up I remember doing.
Like you never did anything you regret. Nostalgia, regret. If this crap is for adults, I already miss being a little kid.
Regret is my closest friend these nights. You sure you're still in high school?
Thanks, I guess. School's a breeze. The teachers tell me I don't really belong here, but this is home. For better or for worse, you know?
Your parents must be proud. Where are your parents?
Last I checked, my dad's somewhere in Mexico City, but I never knew him. Mom, well, she was a bystander 5 years ago. Stray bullet. But it's not all bad. My big brother, he's always watched out for me. Made sure I have what I need.
Who's your brother?
Arturo. Maybe you know him. Seems like everybody around here does. I can't say I agree with him all the time, but he's never been anything less than a good brother to me.
Cool. What are you going to do with your money now?
Not the career path for me, I guess. But I do still need more money if I'm going to make it to college. You know, some people want to change the world, but I'll settle for just fixing things up around here. That's the best any of us can really hope for.
What are you going to study to do all that?
Who knows? Psychology, urban farming, sociology, I don't know. Too many choices. All I know is I don't want to forget where I came from.
Good for you. I gotta run.
¿Qué pasa? Dropping off or picking up gringo?
Neither. I'm here on business for Arturo, so I sure hope for your sake you are ready to cooperate.
Yeah, I don't think so. You some fucking cop bitch coming around here asking for some Arturo I never heard of? I don't think Arturo would roll with no gringo chingon.
I know the delivery went missing, and I know you stole it, bitch. So unless you have some evidence to the contrary, I suggest you shut the hell up and start talking.
¿Qué? Oh, fuck. So I guess you did talk with Arturo. This is how it's gonna end? It's gonna be like that, eh? You tell that fucking puto to grow a polla and come down here and do me himself.
It doesn't have to be like this. All anyone wants are answers. Just calm down and tell me what happened, honestly, and no bullshit.
Okay, look. This guy Joaquin, he's the one that brings the drugs from Tijuana. He's always reliable, always on time, always. He never showed this week, never called, won't answer his texts, nothing. If anyone's trying to rip off Arturo, it's him.
Do you know where Joaquin is now?
I don't get it. He's acting like nothing happened. Last I heard, my prima spotted him at that bar at Tenampa, just throwing back cervezas like nothing happened. He's probably trying to put this on me. I thought we were tight. I guess not.
Why didn't you tell this to Arturo when he asked?
I did! I told him all this shit already. He just won't listen. Nobody believes me. It's not fair.
You're really telling the truth, aren't you?
See? That's what I've been trying to tell everyone, and nobody believes me. I don't want to die tonight. Please.
Okay. I guess you're off the hook, for now.
Oh, Dios mío. Muchas gracias. Tell Arturo. Tell him what I told you. Try and make him believe me. Make him understand.
We'll see. This isn't over yet.
watch where you're going, Holmes? We got a problem or what? Yeah, that's right. Just keep walking.
I'm looking for Joaquin. You know him?
And what if I did? What's it worth it to you?
You know, we can do this the easy way, or we can take a ride on the ambulance tonight.
Ah, look at this. Chico got some cajones on him. You just come here to talk some shit? Or you actually got something to say before Joaquin throws your ass out of this bar?
You need to calm down. Arturo isn't going to be happy if you don't cooperate.
Oh, well, shit. Why didn't you say so? Gordo and me are pretty tight. So who the fuck are you?
Just a guy trying to solve his problems, and I hear you're a problem now, since you lost the last trio.
Now where did you hear about that? Who the fuck told you that I lost that package?
Alejandra told me you're trying to play it off like it's her fault. Convince me otherwise.
And you believe that bitch? I delivered as always. You want to solve the mystery? Talk to her and get out of my face.
Listen, I don't need to accuse you of anything. All Arturo wants is the truth. Just tell me your side of the story. That's all anyone is asking.
All right. I picked up from the mule in San Diego, like always. I delivered this package to Alejandra, like always. I got on with my life, like always. I don't know what happened after that, but I don't need that chica going around town accusing me of something I didn't do. Especially if it's got Arturo worked up enough to be sending some cabron like you after me.
Have you talked to Alejandra yourself?
Man, that bitch hasn't even said a word to me. She fucks up, doesn't even bother to text. Now she's talking shit behind my back. No, I didn't talk to her. I got nothing to say to liars.
Well, what are you going to do about this situation?
What you want me to do? I done my part. It's somebody else's problem now. I'm waiting for this to blow over. Get back to business as usual with the Kings.
You really have no idea what happened, do you?
Look, I'm sorry things got fucked up this time, but it's not my fault. I did my part. Arturo needs to get some better help. Not everyone can be solid. Not everyone can be like me. What you want me to do? I done my part. It's somebody else's problem now. I'm waiting for this to blow.
I believe you. I'll explain to Arturo what's up, but maybe you should lay low for a while.
See, I'll get out of here. You're not even worth the trouble, pendejo. Just tell Arturo from me. Just tell him I said thanks.
Get out of here, before I change my mind.
Solve the big mystery yet, Sherlock?
Yeah, I did some digging. I've got some news for you.
Yeah? Spit it out.
Joaquin is a bully, looking for trouble. He's up to something.
No mames. You sure? You really fucking sure? Cause Joaquin's my boy. I never thought he'd put a knife in my back. I hate to put his name on a bullet, but here we are.
I have a feeling he's going to be hard to find for a while.
See? Joaquin's my boy. So, he'll have a head start before the Kings come to collect on that debt. In case I never catch up with him, did he ever say anything about where the drugs went?
I think they're gone, man. Maybe you spare your friend, and people know you've still got some honor.
A la gran puta. I really needed this problem to fix itself. Just this once, but you gotta know when to cut your losses. Selling the crap from the reserves is never easy like pushing the pure stuff. And we'll have to double up on protection. If somebody wants to cut into our market, they're gonna be hurting as badly as I am. You seem solid, though. Tell me, do the Kings have a new enforcer rolling with them?
I'm your guy.
Claro que sí. I don't know much about you, but the King's got your back, okay? You better let Victoria know what's up. I still got business to get to tonight.
Wait, before I go, let's chat.
Yeah? ¿Qué pedo?
Tell me about someone.
¿Quién?
What can you tell me about Victoria?
She's the big jefa. Been rolling with the Kings for as long as anyone can remember. Everybody has to answer to Queen Victoria's evil eye. Between you and me, I'm about ready for that bitch to catch a bullet.
Why all the hate?
It's nothing personal. No, she's fucking stone cold. But she's fair and nobody fucks with her. She's earned her respect. But, you know, as long as she's at the top of the ladder, nobody else can climb any higher. Yours truly included. I just want a chance. A chance to be more than just another thug. I want my chance to call the shots.
Since she's not going anywhere, what's stopping you from staging a coup?
Because I'm smarter than that. I've watched others try and fail. I've seen their mistakes. She doesn't just put down traitors and fuck-ups. She makes examples of them. One vato didn't like her attitude. Managed to put a bullet in her once. She shrugged it off. Like a paper cut. The things she did to him next. We Kings, we don't like to talk about that night.
You talk about it, like it was a while ago. How long has she been in charge?
Well, I started with the Kings. Man, it's been like at least 10 years now. Anyways, she was in charge then, and the OGs back in the day were still talking about her like we are right now. It's anyone's guess. Funny thing, it's like she hasn't aged a day.
You think the stress of running a criminal empire would wear someone down faster, not slower?
Yeah, that's another thing. How does she keep her fingers in everything when I hardly ever see her around? Nobody does. Only really comes around as she has to, when serious shit is going down. Just a few of the boys ever really talked to her. Something about those muchachos? They got bad juju or something. Makes my asshole pucker up whenever they come around.
She dresses kind of funny too, right?
See, I mean, I get it. You get to be a little crazy when you got all the power and money, but nothing about her makes sense. It's not just the clothes. That apartment, too. No furniture, no food, no nothing. She acts like she lives here, though. It's fucking creepy.
Anything else weird about her?
Not exactly. Just something about her. Those dead eyes. And I could swear the room gets colder when she walks in. I guess if you're in the business long enough, you just get that hard.
Tell me about something else.
Yeah? ¿Qué pedo? ¿Quién?
I'm curious about that weird preacher, Hazel.
I stopped going to church a long time ago. I don't really know ese, but I heard some creepy shit about that place.
Tell me, what did you hear?
We used to have this customer come around, Juan. He decided he was going to get cleaned up, stop using. He thought the church could help him out. It did for a while. Then he came scrambling back around the projects one night. Said he needed something to forget what he'd seen.
What did he see?
When he finally chilled the fuck out, he started telling he was hanging around inside the church when that preacher, Hazel, found out one of Juan's buddies was using again. He said the old preacher went into a fit, cursing and damning his friend, all fire and brimstone and shit, right? His buddy fell to the floor and started rolling around, talking in tongues.
Holy shit. And then what?
His buddy finally gets off of the floor with this blank look on his face, you know? He takes out a knife. and starts cutting and stabbing into his arm over and over again, screaming something about having to get the poison out. Then that preacher leans over, looks Juan right in the eye, and smiles before he rips the guy's throat open with his bare teeth. Shit. I don't know if I believe it. Probably just some whacked-out junkie telling some tall-ass tale. But El Padre, something ain't right with him.
What happened to Juan?
Now that you mentioned it, I haven't seen Juan around in a while. I hope he's doing okay.
I hope he's alive. Let's change the subject.
Yeah? ¿Qué pedo? ¿Quién?
Ariana.
She's my fucking sister, cabrón. Why are you so curious about her, eh? You been checking her out?
Calm down there, buddy. It's not like that. I just wanted to know her story.
Hey, she's my kid's sister. I gotta look out for her. She doesn't have nobody else. I'm just working my ass off to keep her off the streets. Keep her safe. So don't you get any ideas about her, right? She doesn't need no more cholos like me in her life.
I hate to break it to you, Arturo, but she's not a kid anymore. She's pretty mature for her age, and damn sharp too.
Yeah, I get that. She's got big dreams. But Ariana's always had her head in the clouds. She wants to fix the whole world, or at least this hood. But, you know, God loves to laugh at our plans. You can't change a hood any more than you can change the fate carved out for us.
That's a pretty dismal view of things, don't you think?
Just keeping it real, way. I was her age once. If I had a dime for every time someone told me I deserved a better opportunity, I could have retired years ago. Maybe my sister bought that lie. But I don't need anyone's pity, cause I know the pendejos that love to spit that shit out never really gave a fuck about us in the first place.
Wasn't she doing her own part to survive for a while?
Ah, word got around, eh? Mierda. I always tried to protect her, but I guess she wants to wear the big girl panties, eh? I still don't understand it. I give her everything she needs. Why she gotta go make a whore of herself? All she had to do was ask, that's all. I'd give her whatever money she needed.
Well, I think you owe me some gratitude. I'm the reason she's done with that.
No chingues. ¿Por qué? How?
Don't worry about it. It was a favor for someone else.
Muchas gracias. I guess. No te entiendo, pendejo.
My pleasure. Tell me about something else.
Yeah? ¿Qué pedo? ¿Quién?
Why don't you tell me about yourself?
I'm just a vato from the 323 trying to survive. There's not much to know.
How did you get into this lifestyle?
Shit. Can you believe I was gonna be a U.S. Marine? Look at me now. Sure, I'll kill a man. But you think I'm gonna run a 5-minute mile with this gut? Ni madres. Yeah, I had it all figured out. But when Mom, God bless her, left us, somebody had to look out for mi hermana. Money doesn't make itself, you know? What else was a kid like me supposed to do?
What happened to your parents?
Vete al carajo. You ask a lot of questions. If you really want to know, mi madre, God bless her, she was a fucking drunk. But she never deserved what Dad did to her. That's why I put a knife to that chango. Chased him off. Ariana didn't ever need to see that shit.
Ever think about doing something else?
I'm all in. You don't spend 15 years running with the crew like the Kings and just leave. I got too much on the line. Nah, vato. I spent too much time hustling and working the street just to walk away. Besides, my big break is just around the corner. I can feel it. Just you wait and see.
What's stopping you?
I don't want to talk about it. Nah, not with you. There's just some things around here. They're not right. I've had shit for luck. Everything always seems to go wrong at just the right time. And that puta vieja Victoria, she's untouchable. She's the jefa, but I wish she'd just fucking... Well, I wish she was out of the picture.
What's up with the tats?
All that. I picked most of these up doing time. Check this out. You know what this symbol is? This is my heritage. Aztec warrior. See? He's fierce, bold, a real chingon.
You went to jail.
Claro. Everybody does their time. No exceptions. You join the Kings, you're gonna go to jail, way. I did some time for armed robbery, possession, about 2 years. No war enough for me now, though. But I fucking hate cops. Fucking puercos. I hate them.
I think we should talk about something else.
Yeah? ¿Qué pedo?
Let's talk about your operation.
This is East LA, way. This is nuestro nido, where the Latin kings rule. But see, this is more than just a hustle. This is home. We take care of everybody. The puercos mean shit here. You need protection, you come to us.
What do you do for the Kings?
You know, most of that stuff, I just can't talk about it. I used to be a soldier, holding a corner, making people disappear. But I did my time. Now I'm OG. And I can call the shots around here. At least a little bit. The new kids, they listen to me.
And what do you have them do?
If it's up to me, this is just business. I don't really care for the violence like some vatos. Nah. I keep things clean, play it safe. I try to not make anybody, do nothing they're not gonna be regretting later. But, you know, sometimes, está cañón.
How's business been lately?
Mierda. Lately it's been bad. Like real bad. Every night somebody's up at St. Mary's or the morgue. Seemed like it must be Crips, Bloods at first. Somebody trying to move on our turf. Pero no. There's no tags, no threats, and nobody's moving in. It's something else.
What is it you think?
No sé. But it's in the night air. I can smell it. Smells like fear. And it feels like a big change is coming down fast. No me gusta.
I don't like it either. Let's change the subject.
Yeah? ¿Qué pedo?
Nothing. Never mind.
You're back. Tell me, what became of my stolen drugs and the thief that took them?
I talked to the courier and the front. One of them is probably responsible, but nobody's talking for sure, and the drugs have gone up in thin air.
Fine. Perhaps in the agony of their lives' final moments, they'll understand their mistakes. Now, what do you mean the drugs are up in thin air?
Wait, there's no need to kill them both. I mean what I said. Whoever took it probably already sold it by now.
Tell me, does the Camarilla tolerate excuses? Because in the Sabbat, these sad, feeble excuses won't get you far. No, excuses can be quite bad for your health, quite dangerous indeed.
I'm sorry. I promise I'll keep looking for solid answers.
Never mind it. Money can buy more drugs, but no money in the world can buy more time, as the Dark Father's arrival grows closer and closer. Tell me, though, how did Arturo handle himself with this matter?
He was fine, helpful even.
I see. It's good to know whether the cattle are serving their purpose or not. You've proven yourself useful. Maybe I judged you too quickly. Settle into the nest, if it pleases you, but return soon. There's still much to be done before we catch our fleeting fate.
Wait, Can I ask you a few questions now?
How can I brighten your mind tonight, K-Knight?
I'd like to ask you about someone.
Tell me, who?
Arturo.
He's a fool, but a loyal one. I keep him scraping in the dark, a servant of the Sabbat, that he never finds his way to death's door until I claim the time is right. When he grows cold enough to the mortal world, perhaps he too can be warmed by the serpent's fire.
So, he really has no idea that the Latin kings are a tool of the Sabbat.
He's been with the kings long enough to know there's greater powers at work. But he's blinded by his desire's gleam. He can't see the line between myth and misfortune.
Let's talk about someone else then.
Tell me, who?
Hazel.
Do you want to hear a beautiful lie, or can you swallow the jagged truth?
Let's hear the truth of the matter.
He is an unwelcome intruder. East LA has been my domain for decades. He brings his filthy pack and unwashed herd to the mission under the guise of asylum? No. A man with that ambition wants all that his greedy eyes can see.
You think he'll try to make a move against Los Discípulos?
I know that he will. With the bishop gone, he'd be a fool not to.
So, until then you play nice and save face.
Like all within the ranks of the Sabbat, we share a common goal and a common enemy. He is a welcome ally within our domain.
Yeah, right. Let's talk about someone else.
Tell me, who? See?
The Mac.
His deity is the dollar. Fool. He's too young to have learned that the dead don't deal in cold currency. Let him cling to mortal vices. The shadow he casts is no imposition to me. Like any nomadic Sabbat, he'll forever be a servant to his host.
I understand. Let's chat about someone else.
Tell me, who? See?
Andre.
Time and again the Archbishop's earned my respect. He understands the Sabbat's true purpose. I would kill and die for him.
And what purpose is that?
A sword to cut the Dark Father's strings that pulls us nightly. He and I speak in perfect harmony of what must be done in these final nights.
The one within the sarcophagus is at the forefront of everyone's mind. You think he's above being corrupted by it?
If he's as fallible as you think, then know that I am not. I trust my Archbishop. If you're wise, you'll guard your doubts more closely.
I got it. Let me ask you about someone else.
Tell me, who? See?
Tell me about yourself.
There's more than just a simple chola behind this painted glare. But I think you know that already. What do you really want to know?
Well, I haven't figured what your clan is yet.
Some would say I am a daughter of Seth, but I am heretic among those corrupted members of my bloodline that swear fealty to the sleeping Egyptian blood god that birthed my clan. No, I've seen the true serpent's light.
So, you're anti-tribu like me, or what?
The followers are an ally to no sect, but I know the true danger of their dark father Seth. I know there are monsters that can and will destroy this world without a second thought. I know that the Sabbat's battle against them is righteous and true.
Why do I get the feeling there's something greater than us that you do worship?
The lessons of the old gods would be lost on you. It's enough you know they are real, powerful, terrible things that dwarf even the descendants of Cain himself. I have glimpsed Shikoat with my own eyes, and he demands adoration.
What is this Shikuat thing really?
As a girl, I never believed my grandmother's tales of the fifth son, the world's creation. It was nothing but an old woman's mad ramblings. But in the first dance of fire my pack led me through, the turquoise lord himself appeared to me in Nawali form, the fire serpent Shikoat. It was his gifts that pushed me through that night and every bit of vitae I ever shed. It's all my tithings to him.
This sounds awfully spiritual for the Sabbat, heretical even.
Perhaps. It doesn't matter. I know what's true, and more importantly, unlike the followers of Seth, I know that the grandchildren of Cain are an affront to all creation, no matter the path your spirit walks.
As long as we're on the same page about that, let's chat about someone else.
Tell me, who? See?
Actually, never mind, I should go.
I don't want to talk to you. Move!